One thing before we get too deep and get started, I wanted to cover, someone brought up, is talking about drills and exercises. And I think there may have been a misperception or misunderstanding of something I said. So I want to clarify that. And Curtis, if you could chime in and give your thoughts on it as well. Someone asked about certain drills and what drill fixes this or what drill fixes that or what drill should I do for this lead leg problem or trail leg problem, whatever it might be. My general position is no drill fixes anything. I don't care if it's the best design drill or the worst design drill. The drill itself doesn't do the fixing. Now, I say that because if you have a drill and it's designed really well and it's got, construct validity and all that stuff, and the athlete doesn't do it well and you let the drill keep going and let it be done poorly, well, the drill didn't teach anything. The drill might illustrate something, but the drill didn't accomplish the technical thing you're trying to do or the training design aspect you're trying to cover. The drill doesn't do that. What a drill can do, for example, like say you have a one-step hurdle drill where you put the hurdles 3 meters apart or 3.5 meters apart, and you use various run-ins and you go over the middle or you go over the trail leg. You're trying to work on how the trail leg pushes. If the athlete just goes over the hurdle really high and lands and doesn't push through, well, you didn't do anything to work on the trail leg. You just went over some hurdles with one step, and there was nothing technical about it. But if you demand, hey, I want your trail leg here, I want you to push here, turn the foot out, you got to land it underneath you and push and drive to the next thing. Now, as a coach, you're coaching. So you're using the spacing of the hurdles and the height of the hurdles and things like that to do some teaching within a certain constraint. Any drill you're doing, you have to then teach. So the coach has to do the teaching, the athlete has to perform. Or say you're doing like the shuffle drill you were talking about the other day, Curtis. The 366 drill with the running. If you just run and put your feet on the sticks and you land right before the stick and way after, well then you're not teaching the shuffle mechanic. You're just running through some sticks. But landing right over the stick and right in the middle on the other step and right over the next one, you can teach them how to shuffle with the right mechanics and things like that. So, you as the coach or we as the coaches have to be demanding and teaching of what we're trying to accomplish technically with the drill. So the 366 drill, it's a perfectly fine drill, but just running over sticks itself doesn't teach you anything if it's not done with the right mechanics or right execution. So that's why I said that. It's not that I don't think drills can be helpful or useful or even very, very good. It's that I don't think any particular drill fixes any particular problem unless you are coaching it and demanding that it's done correctly. So hopefully that clears that up. That's my personal take on it. Curtis, your thoughts or your take or disagree or
Well, I mean, I definitely agree with what you're saying. One of the things that I think um, could go on an entire another topic is that there has to be some level of task specificity, and I've talked about that a million and one times. But one of the things about task specificity is to determine what the problem is and that needs to be fixed and then figure out a way to fix it. It's not like, hey, I'm just throwing drills at this person and you can't expect somebody to do them if they don't have the physical capability of getting it done, if they don't have the strength and the power and the coordination. And sometimes you got to work on those things first before you start throwing a quote unquote drill at them. I think assessment of what you're doing and coming up with some positive results of how some positive diagnosis on how to on what needs to be fixed, and then choosing the appropriate drills and skills to emphasize to fix whatever the problem is that you've determined it to be. But I don't think you just like, hey, my athlete is having some problems with their trail leg or lead arm. What can I do to fix it? And then you have to look at a lot of different things before you select your drill. So I don't think the drill itself fixes it. I think the application of the drill or exercise is what does the job.
right. 100%, 100%. So just to clarify, we're not saying drills are bad. We're saying drills are a tool for you as the coach to use to get your athletes to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. And if the drill is not accomplishing that, then you got to change your drill, your exercise, or your approach. So one drill for one athlete with a lead leg problem might be perfect. They might pick it up and be able to execute and make the changes you need. That same drill for the same level of athlete, a different person, may not work at all. And so that's kind of what I'm saying. Like an exercise is only as good as much as it's working. And if that exercise isn't helping the athlete, then you've got to either figure some things out, whether it's changing the drill, changing the instruction, changing the attention of the athlete, the attention and the effort the athlete's putting into it. So you kind of have to know why that drill isn't working. Is it something that they can't do physically? Something like you said, they don't have the power or strength to accomplish. Um, and so these are things you have to consider as a coach. So I know it's kind of cool and sexy to say, oh, these drills fix these things, and so that's our take on it.